Imagine knowing the secrets of a man who predicted the 2008 financial crisis and turned it into a fortune. Michael Burry, the legendary investor immortalized in The Big Short, is back with bold new moves in the stock market. What could he possibly be seeing that others don't? Brace yourself as we dive into his latest 13F filing to uncover the secrets of his portfolio and what it might mean for the rest of us. First off, for those of you who might be new here or need a quick refresher, Michael Burry is the genius who predicted the 2008 housing crash. His story was so captivating, it became a movie called The Big Short. Now, Burry is known for his sharp, often contrarian investment strategies. And when he makes a move, the financial world pays attention. Burry just released his latest 13F filing. This document is like a peek behind the curtain, showing us what stocks he's buying and selling. Usually, Burry's moves can seem all over the place from one quarter to the next, making it tricky to pin down a clear strategy. But this time, two strong themes have emerged, giving us a bit more to chew on. Inflation. Remember when we thought we were getting inflation under control? Well, Burry seems to think otherwise. He's betting big on another wave of inflation hitting us in 2024. Why? Burry believes that the economic measures taken to curb the initial wave of inflation might not be enough, and we could be in for a second round. And if history has taught us anything, it's that when Burry makes a prediction, it's wise to listen. Now, digging into the specifics, Burry's portfolio shows some interesting shifts. He's heavily investing in commodities and companies that tend to perform well during inflationary periods. Think of sectors like energy, agriculture, and basic materials. These are the industries that can pass on higher costs to consumers, making them a safer bet when prices are rising across the board. One standout move is Burry's increased stake in oil and gas companies. With the global energy landscape being as volatile as it is, and with supply chain issues still making headlines, this move suggests he's anticipating higher energy prices. And higher energy prices often signal broader inflationary trends. But that's not all. Burry is also eyeing agricultural stocks. Why? Because food prices are a major component of inflation. As the world grapples with climate change and supply chain disruptions, agricultural commodities are likely to see price hikes. Burry's bet here is that these stocks will benefit as food costs soar. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Is Burry's predictions something we should all be worried about? Well, he's been right before, and his track record speaks volumes. But it's also important to note that the market is unpredictable. While Burry is positioning himself for what he sees as an inevitable second wave of inflation, we need to consider other factors too, like potential government interventions and global economic shifts. So, what does this mean for the average investor? Should we all start buying up commodities and energy stocks? Not necessarily. While it's intriguing to follow Burry's moves, it's crucial to do your own research and understand your own risk tolerance. Diversification is key, and jumping on trends without a solid plan can be risky. Now onto the specifics of his recent activity. Burry has been doing a lot of chopping and changing in his portfolio. He sold out of 14 stocks, including big names like Google, Amazon, and Oracle. At the same time, he added to 11 positions and bought 5 new stocks entirely. Here's where it gets really interesting. One of these new additions is the Sprott Physical Gold Trust. In Q1, Burry bought over 440,000 shares, making up 7.37% of his US portfolio. Now, you might wonder why he's buying into gold when prices are already high. Well, gold is a classic hedge against economic uncertainty and inflation, two things Burry is very concerned about. Sprott Physical Gold Trust is a closed-end fund that holds assets in physical gold bullion. With gold prices at near all-time highs, this move might seem odd for a value-minded investor like Burry. However, gold is a safe haven during times of economic instability and market volatility, something Burry has been vocal about. His investment in Sprott aligns perfectly with his long-standing concerns about economic conditions. Now, Historically, gold has been a go-to asset during economic uncertainty. Its price spiked during the Great Depression, skyrocketed in the 70s, for reasons we'll discuss shortly, and surged after the tech bubble burst, the 2008 financial crisis, and more recently during the COVID-19 pandemic. While much of gold's appeal is psychologically driven, the trend is undeniable, and Burry is banking on this uptrend continuing since October last year. With all that's happening globally, from tariffs and elections to wars, supply chain disruptions, and rising inflation, gold is an attractive hedge. Beyond economic downturns, investors flock to gold for its stability. It's a similar story to why Burry is increasing his positions in commodities and agricultural stocks. In summary, Michael Burry is back and making bold predictions once again. His latest 13A filing reveals a clear strategy aimed at preparing for a second wave of inflation in 2024. By investing heavily in commodities and industries that thrive in inflationary times, Burry is positioning himself to potentially profit from what he sees as an inevitable economic shift. Michael Burry has a significant investment in JD.com, which is the largest stock in his US portfolio. This investment is worth approximately $99,986 million. However, considering his estimated total fund size of $238 million, JD.com represents just about 4% of his overall portfolio. While this is a substantial investment, it is not overwhelming in the context of his entire fund. More interestingly, Burry appears to take a cautious approach to investing. It is estimated that around 52% of his portfolio is allocated to US Treasuries. This large allocation suggests that Burry is being careful amid the current market volatility, preferring the relative safety of government bonds over more volatile equities. It's important to understand that the information about Burry's investments comes from 13F filings. These filings provide a snapshot of his US portfolio at a specific point in time, but they have limitations. For one, they only cover his investments in the United States, meaning any international investments he holds are not included. Therefore, the 13F filings do not give a complete picture of Burry's entire investment strategy. In addition to the limitations of the 13F filings, these documents only show what Burry held at the end of the reporting period. They do not account for any changes made shortly before or after the filing. Given these factors, it's essential to consider the broader context when analysing Burry's investments. His significant holding in JD.com and the substantial allocation to US Treasuries indicate a balanced strategy. On one hand, he is investing in a major Chinese company, reflecting confidence in its growth potential. On the other hand, his large investment in US Treasuries shows a preference for stability and caution, likely as a hedge against market uncertainty. Thanks for watching. Please like the video, press the subscribe button, and also drop your thoughts in the comments section.
Sweden decides to switch from left to right. It has nothing to do with politics, you understand.
Imagine waking up to find your entire country's driving system flipped overnight. It's September 3rd, 1967, a day forever known in Swedish history as Dagen H or H-Day. On this monumental day, Sweden made the audacious move from driving on the left side of the road to the right, aligning themselves with their European neighbours. Intrigued? Let's delve into the fascinating story of how an entire nation adapted to this change in a single night. Now, imagine the chaos and the excitement of such a transition. But it didn't stop there. Soon after this traffic revolution, Stockholm unveiled a major new 6-lane motorway. This road was designed to cater to the bustling heart of the capital and was a marvel of its time. Fast forward to today, and this road, initially a shining beacon of modern infrastructure, is now struggling under the weight of Stockholm's ever-growing population. The city's traffic congestion has ballooned, and the motorway, even with additional lanes added over the years, is simply not keeping up. Drivers and residents alike are feeling the squeeze, and something had to give. Enter the Stockholm Bypass, a bold, audacious project that carries a staggering $4 billion price tag. So, what's the plan? Well, The bypass is an ambitious road and tunnel system designed to circle around the entire city of Stockholm. Once completed, it will stand as one of the longest road tunnels in the world, a true engineering marvel. Now, you might be thinking, why go underground? Building beneath a city is no small feat, especially a city like Stockholm, renowned for its beautiful waterways and picturesque islands. This isn't just a simple tunnel. It's a deep dive under some of the most iconic and complex terrain you could imagine. The stakes are high, but so are the rewards. Why is Sweden betting big on this tunnel? The answer lies in a mix of necessity and vision. Stockholm's population is on the rise, and with it, the pressure on its infrastructure. The current road network is stretched to its limits, and expanding above ground isn't a viable option anymore. Space is limited, and the need to preserve the city's aesthetic and historical integrity is paramount. So, the solution? Go deep. The Stockholm bypass promises to ease the congestion by providing an alternative route that bypasses the inner city. This means smoother, faster journeys for commuters and less traffic choking the city's streets. Imagine cutting down your daily commute time while also enjoying a reduction in city noise and pollution. Sounds like a win-win, right? Of course, tunneling under such a complex landscape comes with its own set of challenges. Engineers are tasked with navigating through rocky ground and ensuring the stability of the tunnel beneath the waterways. It's a race against time and nature to dig their way out of this problem, but the payoff could be transformative. When completed, the Stockholm bypass will not only be a testament to modern engineering, but also a vital artery that breathes new life into the city's transport network. It's a bold gamble, but if there's one thing Sweden has shown us, from Dagen H to now, it's that they're not afraid to make bold moves when it comes to their infrastructure. Even though Stockholm boasts an extensive public transit network, driving remains the most popular way to get around. But the roadways are feeling the strain, and something needs to be done. Enter the E4 bypass, a massive $4 billion project aimed at easing the city's congestion. So, what's the E4 bypass all about? Let's break it down. Starting south of the city in Skärholmen, this 21-kilometre system will feature a colossal 18-kilometre tunnel. It will loop around to the north, ending in Häggvik, effectively diverting traffic away from the city centre to the west. Imagine the relief for daily commuters and the reduction in city traffic. This isn't just any tunnel though. We're talking about a twin set of tunnel tubes, each carrying 3 lanes of traffic. That's 6 lanes in total, designed to handle the increasing number of vehicles. Now, let's get into some of the engineering marvels of this project. At its deepest point, the route will reach nearly 100 meters below ground level. Picture that, almost the height of a 30-story building. Navigating this complex terrain under Stockholm's waterways and islands is no small feat, but Swedish engineers are up to the challenge. When the E4 bypass is completed in 2030, it will be one of the longest road tunnel systems in the world. This isn't just a tunnel, it's a crucial investment in Stockholm's future, designed to handle the growing traffic and improve the quality of life for its residents. So why is Stockholm betting big on this super deep tunnel? It's all about foresight and necessity. The current road network is maxed out, and expanding above ground simply isn't an option. Space is limited, and preserving the city's historical and aesthetic integrity is crucial. The solution? Go underground and create a bypass that not only addresses today's traffic woes, but also prepares the city for future growth. To clear the route, workers began by drilling a ring of holes into the rock. These holes are injected with a mixture of cement and water, creating a barrier once it hardens, preventing water from seeping in through any natural cracks. After sealing the cracks, more holes are drilled and filled with blasting material. Piece by piece, the rocks are blasted away and removed, gradually shaping the tunnel. This method requires precision and patience. It's not just about brute force, it's about carefully managing the stability of the surrounding earth and ensuring the tunnel remains safe and secure. The process is meticulous and time-consuming, reflecting the complexity and scale of the project. Remember, this isn't just any tunnel. At its deepest point, it will be nearly 100 meters below ground level. The E4 bypass is designed to handle the future of Stockholm's traffic while preserving the city's charm and functionality. It's a bold bet on the future, showing Sweden's commitment to innovative infrastructure solutions. Building the Stockholm bypass is no small feat. Excavating the 22 million tons of rock and sand needed to make way for the tunnels will take years. Once a section is carved out, workers reinforce the tunnel with rock bolts and spray the walls with concrete. After that, they add an inner wall and an outer ceiling to ensure that no water seeps in. Excavating the tunnels is just one part of the challenge. Ensuring driver safety is critically important. Let's be honest, if you're driving deep underground, you want to be sure you'll make it out safely on the other side. That's where a state-of-the-art ventilation system comes in, featuring 250 reversible jet fans and 4 exhaust air stations to maintain air quality. In case of a vehicle fire, a water-based suppression system will be built into the tunnel ceilings in 50-meter-long sections throughout the entire tunnel. Constructing a tunnel under a city is far more technically complex than building a traditional road, but the benefits are significant. Tunneling helps reduce the project's environmental impact and preserves more space above ground for housing and other developments. This approach aligns with Stockholm's commitment to sustainable urban planning and preserving its unique charm. The E4 bypass is more than just a tunnel. It's a visionary solution to a pressing problem. With Stockholm's population set to grow dramatically, the city needs a robust infrastructure that can handle increased traffic while maintaining its quality of life. This bypass is a testament to Sweden's forward-thinking approach to urban development. Now, this all sounds like a lot of work to construct new infrastructure for cars at a time when people are being encouraged to take public transit over driving. Sweden is even banning petrol and diesel cars from parts of the city to clean up its air. This is part of a broader goal to reduce carbon emissions by 30% by 2030. Officials estimate that traffic emissions from the new bypass will only contribute less than 1% of CO2 emissions. The Stockholm bypass has been a long-awaited project. Originally, it was supposed to be finished in 2018. But here we are in 2024, and the roadway is still under construction. It's not expected to be completed until the end of the decade. To make matters more complex, the project has blown through its initial $3.3 billion budget by nearly $1 billion due to contract cancellations, worksite safety issues, and political hurdles. As Stockholm's population continues to swell rapidly, the city doesn't have much more time for additional delays. Traffic in the city centre is already feeling strained, so the completion of the bypass will be a welcome relief. This is one of Sweden's largest ever infrastructure projects, and the light at the end of the tunnel is growing brighter. All eyes are on Sweden to see its success. Thanks for watching. Please like the video, press the subscribe button, and also drop your thoughts in the comment section. Can a $19 billion plan truly transform New York's JFK Airport into a modern marvel? As one of the busiest airports in the world, JFK has long struggled with outdated facilities and congestion.
JFK is the worst airport in the country when it comes to dealing with luggage.
At JFK Airport, a temporary system outage at customs left travelers waiting for hours in security line.
Now, a massive overhaul aims to revitalize this iconic gateway. But what does this ambitious project entail, and how will it impact travelers and the city? Let's dive into the details of the bold plan to save JFK Airport. Now, New York City is the epitome of a world-class metropolis, renowned for its towering skyscrapers, vibrant culture, and bustling streets. But is it largest airport? Not so much. JFK has gained quite a notorious reputation among travelers. From being ranked the worst airport for luggage handling, to incidents like a temporary customs outage that left passengers stranded for hours and a water main break that flooded Terminal 4, it's safe to say JFK has seen better days.
A water main break flooded most of Terminal 4 at JFK International Airport yesterday.
JFK was celebrated as one of the top airports in the country. It boasted modern facilities and cutting-edge design and handled more international traffic than any other airport in the world. Originally called Idlewild Airport, it opened in 1948 to relieve congestion at LaGuardia, featuring 6 runways and 5 architecturally stunning terminals. The airport quickly became the first to serve passenger jets, marking its place as a pioneer in aviation. But over the years, JFK's glory began to fade. Outdated facilities, frequent delays, and a chaotic layout turned the once proud airport into a source of frustration for many. However, there's a new chapter on the horizon for JFK, one that promises to restore its former prestige. One of the major complaints about JFK is its disjointed layout, which often leads to confusion and long walks between terminals. The overhaul includes a complete redesign of the airport's layout, creating a more cohesive and easily navigable space. This means shorter walking distances, better signage, and improved accessibility for all travelers. But perhaps the most exciting part of the overhaul is the construction of a brand new terminal. This new terminal will be a game changer for JFK, offering modern architecture, cutting-edge technology, and a seamless travel experience. With larger gate areas, more efficient security checkpoints, and advanced baggage handling systems, this terminal is set to become the crown jewel of JFK. The goal of this $19 billion project is clear: to take JFK back to new heights and reclaim its status as a world-class aviation center. It's a bold vision, but one that is already underway, with construction happening as we speak. So, why should you care about this overhaul? Well, if you've ever traveled through JFK, you know the struggles all too well. But beyond that, this project is a testament to the importance of investing in infrastructure. Airports are gateways to the world, and a world-class city like New York deserves a world-class airport. So, what went wrong? Unlike most airports where terminals are controlled by a central operator and connected through a unified area, JFK operates differently. It originally had 6 disconnected terminals, 5 of which are still active, each managed by different airlines. This makes transferring between terminals a nightmare, especially during layovers. To make matters worse, the terminals are numbered 1 through 8, with a few missing numbers adding to the confusion. For years, travelers have dreaded passing through JFK, but with a projected 100 million annual passengers by 2050, city officials finally decided it was time to act. Enter the $19 billion transformation plan, which aims to turn JFK into a unified, interconnected, world-class airport. At the heart of this ambitious project is the new Terminal 1. Spanning 2.5 million square feet with 23 gates, it will be nearly the size of LaGuardia's 2 new terminals combined, making it JFK's largest terminal. This expansion will give global airlines the flexibility to upgrade aircraft as needed, ensuring they can meet the growing demand. The new Terminal 1 will boast new departures, arrivals, and customs hall, complete with state-of-the-art public spaces, amenities, and advanced technology. This includes the use of biometrics to provide a seamless experience through the airport, reducing wait times and enhancing security. The terminal will also feature a solar array thanks to a partnership with Alpha Structure, making it more sustainable and environmentally friendly. Set to be completed in phases, the new Terminal 1 is expected to be finished by 2030, with new halls and a portion of the gates ready by 2026. But that's not all. Terminal 6 will also undergo a massive transformation, stretching 1.2 million square feet across a 2-level concourse. This terminal will feature a giant new check-in space and a centralized security area, reducing the need for passengers to drag their luggage far. The East Hall will house additional dining and retail facilities, ultimately connecting to Terminal 5 and making connections between the two seamless. Construction of Terminal 6 is expected to finish around 2028. None of this regeneration would be possible without the engineering teams behind it. Parsons Corporation, today's video sponsor, is the lead designer for the reconstruction of roadways, the new ground-to-transportation center, and the relocation of utilities to provide more reliable service for the airport. This alone will cost $1.24 billion. The goal of this ambitious project is clear: to restore JFK to its former glory and beyond. This overhaul will not only enhance the travel experience, but also boost tourism and business opportunities for New York City. A world-class city deserves a world-class airport, and this project is a testament to that vision. Parsons Corporation, the engineering powerhouse behind this project, is set to simplify roadway operations and create a more travel-friendly experience for the 62 million passengers who pass through JFK annually. One of the highlights is the modern ground transportation centre, which will include a new multi-level parking facility. This facility will feature EV charging stations and an eco-conscious timber facade. Additionally, a 400-foot-long elevated pedestrian bridge will link key areas, complemented by a rainwater harvesting facility and solar paneling. Parsons is passionate about delivering smart infrastructure that enhances global connectivity. Their expertise ranges from traditional program and construction management to digital solutions, PFAS decontamination, and more, ensuring comprehensive solutions that optimize project delivery and operations while improving the traveller experience worldwide. But let's get back to JFK. The modernisation isn't limited to the construction of new terminals. The existing ones will also see significant upgrades, including new shops, restaurants, and overall enhancements. However, the outdated terminals are just part of the problem. One of the biggest issues JFK faces is the disjointed connection between its facilities. To address this, JFK Airport is reconfiguring its entire roadway transportation network. New roads, bridges, and enhanced traffic technologies will make it easier for travellers to navigate between terminals. A key improvement is the reduction of roadway loops from 5 to 2 main loops, simplifying navigation for drivers and reducing congestion. Included in this redesign is a new multi-level parking facility with nearly 2,000 spaces and an eco-friendly timber exterior. A 400-foot pedestrian bridge equipped with rainwater harvesting technology will connect this facility to the new Terminal 1, ensuring that passengers can move seamlessly between parking and the terminal. One of the most significant construction challenges is JFK's location. Surrounded by dense neighbourhoods and congested highways, delivering and hauling away materials is a logistical nightmare. Instead of relying solely on trucks, workers are turning to the waterways. Barges carrying rocks and sand will navigate from as far north as the New York Catskills, travelling down the Hudson River and across the bay to a makeshift dock on the western side of the airport. This innovative approach minimises traffic disruptions and ensures a steady supply of materials. Why should you care about this transformation? If you've ever navigated the chaos of JFK, you know the struggles all too well. But beyond personal convenience, this project underscores the importance of investing in infrastructure. Airports are gateways to the world, and enhancing them can significantly impact the economy and global connectivity. Thanks for watching. Please like the video, press the subscribe button, and also drop your thoughts in the comment section.